you in the house today? Little Guyana, are you in the house with us this morning? Let me see the flags! We are just start from big dirty night, big dirty night. The action starts from big dirty night, big dirty night. You may be sticking at work on the whole night, but the whole night. They're watching every night, and they're watching every day. They're watching every night, and they're watching every day. Moving like a river. Okay, we're gonna get started. You ever plan your party and your big day, it starts, thank you guys. You ever plan your big day and then it starts raining? I think there's a famous song like that, isn't there? They say Guyana is the land of many waters. That's never been more true than today. We're flooded with blessings. My name is Richard David, and I'm a political activist in Richmond Hill, and I have the honor with Annetta Citran to MC today's program. We are both fully vaccinated, and so we're going to be performing today's program without our masks on. However, if you're not vaccinated, please wear your mask. We're going to follow the latest CDC guidelines in today's program. Now, when I think of Richmond Hill, I think of food, I think of nightlife, and I think of blaring music down Liberty Avenue. But what I also think about is landing here on 129th Street and Liberty Avenue 25 years ago and making this my home with my family. We were all undocumented, and my beautiful mom is here today. My dad, my late dad and my mom worked at Home Depot and at a seafood company. We bought our first home in Richmond Hill and planted roots here. Like so many Guyanese Americans who know that Richmond Hill is Little Guyana, today the Guyanese American community is the second largest immigrant group in all of Queens and the 5th largest in New York City. Can I see my Guyanese people? Can I get some noise? The historic co-naming of Little Guyana is actually a formality. It's doing something we've always known, but it's been decades in the making. I am so honored that we're getting this done today. It means a tremendous amount.
Known as the Executive Director of Chaya Community Development Corporation, but the title that I'm proudest of is Guyanese. Raise your hand if you're Guyanese and you're proud. We are here. We've been here for decades. We are strong and we are proud. These streets, these shops that make up our community, the mandirs, the masjids, the gurdwaras, the churches, we built them. We created this place that has been a sense of home, a sense of belonging for our community. And by the way, there are many Little Guyanas across the city. Our presence, our reach goes beyond this beloved neighborhood. We are woven into the fabric, into the cultural, the social, and the economic fabric of every single piece of this city. We are essential workers who kept the city going in the greatest crisis of our times. We are advocates. Yay for the advocates here. We are small and big business owners. We are writers. We are artists. We are doctors. We are also in government. This is our city, and this day of recognition is long overdue. We all know that. As a Guyanese New Yorker, I am personally proud of this day. I have felt the sting of invisibility like so many of you. No longer, people. The official naming of Little Guyana Avenue is profoundly meaningful to all of us. I am this day is especially important to me because it means my daughter and all of the children here and all of the children in our community can walk these streets feeling very proud and knowing that this is their community. They belong here. For decades, our community has been calling for this recognition. And I am so proud and so grateful that my sister in this struggle, Council Member Adrian Adams, heard the call and responded. And quite frankly, it didn't actually take that much. It was just one ask. And she's like, of course. It makes perfect sense. And by the way, I hear tell Councilmember Adrian Adams actually has a deep personal Guyanese connection. So, on behalf of all of us, I just want to say thank you for seeing us. And we love you. Okay, I'm going to now quickly tell you what to expect. You're going to hang with us. We've got a great program. We're going to do the first half of it here. Then we are going to walk down the street for the unveiling. We have a special guest at that time, so you don't want to miss the special guest. And then we're going to come back here, and we're going to have some amazing entertainment from artists in our community. All right.
Right, mic check. We're going to start today's program with the Pledge of Allegiance. I have the honor of calling up my sister, Cloyette Harris-Dude. She runs a bad organization called the Guyanese Girls Rock. Do we have any Guyanese women and Guyanese girls in the audience? Cloyette is going to do the honors of the Pledge of Allegiance for us today. And I will do the honors of holding this beautiful umbrella. I got it.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, with indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I say that again? I was a little bit nervous, if you don't mind. Okay, let's do it again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cloyette. Let's get a round of applause for the Guyanese Girls Rock organization.
Okay, so now we're going to move to invocation prayers, and we have some of our religious leaders here with us. I'm going to ask Imam Safraz Bakas of Masjid Al-Adin to come up. Imam Safraz Bakas has been the spiritual leader of the mosque for the last 8 years. As many of you know, this is one of the oldest mosques founded in 1977 here in this community. It's something that we should all be very proud of.
Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with all of you. I'll commence my prayer with a short passage from the glorious Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. Praises be to God, Lord of the worlds, the compassionate, the merciful, Master of the day of reckoning. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Show us the straight path, the path of righteousness, and not the path of which you have brought your wrath and anger on. O God Almighty, please empower us with the perseverance we need to continue working to improve our neighborhood. Strengthen our fortitude to keep pressing on, no matter what the obstacles and challenges may be. May we be steadfast and unwavering in our prayers for this neighborhood and in our practical actions to turn things around. Grant us the faith to pray by showing us ways to work in bearing fruits. We thank you for your strength, O Lord. O Lord, you have commanded us to love others as we love ourselves. Help us to do that in our community and throughout our neighborhood and our city. Help us to understand the problems of our fellow people that they are going through and help us find ways to help them the way they need it most. Help us to love and serve all others no matter of their race, their religion, and their differences. Help us to receive their love as well. O Lord, protect and shield, defend us from anything that will crush hope in our community and in our city. May our confident expectation that good things are on the horizon to rise up in our hearts. May we individually and collectively look to you as our ultimate hope and our ultimate champion. Give us faith in place of despair and resilience in place of resignation, and turn our anguish and desperation into elation and assurance. God has spoken the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Imam Safraz Bacchus. And you know what's also special? Imam Safraz Bacchus registered to vote yesterday, and he is going to be voting for the first time. And I hope that all of you go out and vote on June 22nd, because you know what I said earlier? Guyanese people make up New York City, and what we say and what we think matters, and it only matters when we go out and vote, starting with Imam Safraz Bacchus. Next up, we have Pandit Ganesh Maharaj. Pandit Ganesh Maharaj is from the historic Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir. Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir has been in our neighborhood for decades and decades and decades. And this is such a fitting honor. And I welcome Pandit Ganesh Maharaj up to the stage, knowing full well there are many of us in the audience here today who are yearning for the day where Diwali will be a public school holiday. And Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir has been a long-time advocate in that effort.
Thank you, Bhai. Let's head on for this page one to be the prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya Kamasoma Jyotirgamaya Vikrama. So Lord, lead us from untruth to truth. Lead us from darkness to light, O Lord. Lead us from death to immortality. In this prayer, a Hindu always believe in Bhagwan Ganesh. As we are about to be crowned today for the greatness that we have done, we call upon that Lord to bless this moment and to bless each and every one of you present here. Om Tum Kashte Kadan Kashte Kapilo Gaje Karanaka Lambo Darakta Vikno Vishasho Vishonayaka Dum Ketul Ganagaksha Bala Chandra Gajanana Vare Shetani Namani Pishamye Pate Nara Vidyanande Vivaheshe Praveshe Nirgame Sakha Sanglame Sankatak Seva Vinnatasapana Jayate Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Gauri Mataya Namo Namaha. Devotees, once again, we didn't get here just like that. I know Liberty back in the days, 129th Street especially, there was an empty lot there. There was nothing there. And all the village was not so beautiful as we see now. If you ride around Richmond Hill, you'll see all the beautiful houses. They all look so nice. And when I look at my Hindu brothers and my Muslim brothers, I say, wow, this is prosperity. This is called hard work. This is dedication. And I admire them. But anyway, we didn't get to this point just like that. I know my Guruji Pandit Raghunath came, and I think it was 1984, he saw that piece of land, and he liked it. And there was a beautiful person who offered or gave that land to him, and he built that temple. And as he built that temple and he started to grow, then he started to see more and more Guyanese are coming into this neighborhood. And that is what is so beautiful to me. I thank you very much for now. This day is going to be remembered. And every time someone passes Liberty Avenue or Lefferts Boulevard, they're going to remember that little Guyana that we came from. That little Guyana is not so little today. It grown to a huge size. And I want to thank all of you who come down today and please support my brother and my sister and all the other ones who contribute. Pundits contribute in making this little Guyana so big Guyana today, but all the leaders, all the spiritual leaders, politicians, and many other people, each and every one of you. And I say, God bless each and every one. Thank you very much and enjoy your beautiful day. They say rain is bad, but rain is not bad, my friend. Rain is the one that waters all the plants, and we are the plants today. I say, thank you.
Thank you, Panditji, for those beautiful words. And rain is indeed a blessing, so hang with us. Okay, so next we'd like to invite Pastor Ijaz Nabi of Faith Assembly. A Faith Assembly founded in 1984. They have been an important institution in our community for decades and have been a center for COVID vaccination. So thank you for that very important work. Thank you.
Good morning. Greetings to all our elected officials, organizers of this event. Greetings. Today we celebrate the contribution of Guyanese to the American society by renaming this main thoroughfare as Little Guyana. But we want to remember also that this community was very hard hit by COVID-19. We at one time shared the highest positivity rate. They say that 1 out of 8 persons in our community was infected with COVID. And let us remember all those who are not with us today and who were a part of the fight. Faith Assembly has been a part of the forefront in this fight with education and vaccines. Our church is a vaccine center, and if there is anyone here today who needs a vaccine, you can just walk into our church today or tomorrow at 101 Avenue, and you can get a Moderna vaccine. Let us pray. Almighty God, it is with grateful hearts we gather here today as a community. We thank you for how you taught us the story of the Good Samaritan, to show us that we are all brothers. We thank you for teaching us to love others regardless of racial differences, economic differences, developmental differences, or any other differences. May our community and city be known for love and fairness and not discrimination. Eradicate prejudice from our hearts, our words, and our actions. Help us to love you as you love. Help us to love others as you have taught us to love. We pray today for healing in our city and our community. So many are suffering a world of hurt. We pray for healing and justice for those who have been treated unkindly throughout their lives. We pray healing and prosperity for businesses that are struggling through so many challenges, for the families that own them and for their employees. We pray for healing and wisdom for our leaders as they strive to achieve peace and order. Dear God, may all of us come to experience your love and your peace that you give to us through Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Asnabi, and I'm so glad that that organization continues to operate in a beautiful high-rise that overlooks all of Richmond Hill and Little Guyana. Okay, next we're going to do the national anthem of the United States of America and the Republic of Guyana. And I need you all to give these brave young students a round of applause remember, we prepared without rain, and they're going to do this regardless. These are young kids in our neighborhood, in our mundirs, in our schools, and in our homes. They have dressed beautifully to do the national anthem today. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. This is being coordinated by a community leader, Dr. Dan Narayan. The students will do a version of the Guyana national anthem as well. Hey, can we get another round of applause for these brave young women who are not just American today, but they're leading the way. And you know what I'm thinking when I hear these young women recite the national anthem? I'm thinking of Kamala Devi Harris in the White House. I'm thinking of a Caribbean Indian woman who is leading our country right now. And these young women are going to be leading the way as well. Now, Annette and I, we've tried to give you a little history of Richmond Hill. But there's only one person that wrote the book on Richmond Hill. And that is Dr. Dan Paul Narayan, who I'm going to invite up to give us a very brief history of Richmond Hill, an abbreviated version. But Dr. Dan Paul is a teacher. He actually helps young people study for the GED in Richmond Hill. He's also a prolific writer and a journalist in our hometown newspaper, the West Indian. Dr. Dan Paul Narayan.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Annette. Well, it's a very long story, but I'm going to make it very short. Before I do that, I want to invite Berlinda. Where's Berlinda? Berlinda, please come up for a second. Berlinda is representing, she's representing the Amerindian people of Guyana, the native Indians. Beautifully decked out, the Wapishiana people of Guyana. So Berlinda, thank you very much for being here. All right, so I'm going to skip a lot of the stuff that I wrote because of the weather and everything else. But I would like you to give a big round of applause to our councilwoman, Adrienne Adams. There she is. Because it was under her watch that we got Punjab Avenue. And I know that the Punjabis have a very long memory in this community. Under her watch, we had Jonathan Narayan Way. Under her watch, we're having today the big one, Little Guyana Avenue. And under her watch, next month, which is going to be June 27th, we are going to have Pandit Ramlal Way on 133rd Street. What a fantastic job this young lady is doing. Let me hear it for her. Another big round of applause. So we want to welcome all of you. Our congressman is here, Mr. Gregory Meeks. Our borough president is here, Donovan Richards, Jennifer Rajkumar, and so many other officials. Thank you for being here. So here's a quick Guyanese history. We had the Amerindians, and because of bad politics back home, people came here from all over the place. And we're here now, we're in New York, in Southeast Queens. We've made Richmond Hill our home. We have more Guyanese here than in Guyana itself, which is an anomaly. But if you look down the road, you're going to see some Uncle Ron Singh down there, his son Greg. You're going to see Sibyl's down the street there, my very good friend, Bernard. You're going to see Shanta Flowers, Elcock, Funeral Home, Chivram's Bakery, who's doing some good work here today, at Hansa Engineering, the Cherry Dragon Center. And while we're doing the Cherry Dragon Center, I'd like to sing Lord Vishnu Mahadev, Chuck Bohan, Mel Carpin, Arjun Karshan, for their work for democracy in Guyana, Ruben Kushia, and Uncle Joe Kanai, Hari Bisun Mohammed, Mojave Records, Ramesh Kalicharan, Ray Sundar, Dr. Tor Singh, Dr. Vishnu Bisram, the journalist, Dr. Terence Blackman, my very good friend James Richmond, Roy Singh, Harman Singh, as well as Narobali Ishri Singh, Haji Zakir, don't forget him, Clifey Maddow from the old days, Richard, Rosanna Beaumont, school principal, Richmond Hill High School, Neil Ganesh, Ravi Dev, Vasant Rampersaud, and so many others, and I know I've left some out. So if I've left you out, I will do that in the print media, when I do the stuff there in the print. And you heard from Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir, as well as Masjid Al-Abidin, Attorney Kewal Totaram, Balwan Prasad, Dr. George Jagru, who is one of the first doctors, followed by Dr. Philip Baldeo. Now, can anyone say which was the first West Indian store on Liberty Avenue. Extra pointer for that. The first West Indian store was J&B. And I want to acknowledge J&B today, Auntie Joyce, Uncle Eddie, and my good friend Michael Jarbandan. He's a young stalwart. Derek and Joan Bajan opened one of the first Starry stores. Tony Yassin from Spice World is there. Uncle Basil Prasad sitting right here. Basil Hardware. And as we get closer, we salute Bina from Beaner's Home Care, as well as my good friend Ravo from Kaichur, and Richard and Anetta. We have the cane juice man in the corner. He brought all the cane juice from 120th Street, so you're going to get free cane juice before you leave, Mr. Samir. The air train has done tremendous work taking us back and forth to Manhattan. Thank you, Dr. Devika Prasad, Dr. Kamini Dubey, Suresh Subrim, and so many others. And Richard, if I start going to food, I'm really not food. If I start going to food, it's going to be too many food places to mention, and I'm going to leave some out. So I want to thank all of you for being here. Thanks to the NYPD for being here. Let's hear it for them. Right. NYPD, the Daisy Group, Galia, Chief McPherson, Clappin, Ralph Clement, Inspector Prasad, Kayum Khan, so many members, and the Rotary Club. And before I end, I want to send our greetings to Detective Randolph Holder's family, because this young man paid the ultimate price for our safety in this city. And I know his dad is somewhere around. And now, Richard, I'm going to sing. People ask me, Dan Paul, why don't you sing? So I'm going to sing. And everybody knows the song. So let's go. 3 lines. Born in the land of the mighty Roraima, land of the great rivers, far stretching sea. And now I'm going to skip some. Onward, upward, may we ever grow. Day by day in strength and beauty grow. Till at length we each of us will show what Guyana's sons and daughters can be. And you know what Guyana's sons and daughters have done? They have renamed an avenue in New York. Little Guyana Avenue. Thank you. Hip hip! I'm definitely left here. Hip hip! Let me get all them flags flying, all them signs going. Hip hip! Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Narayan. And the list goes on. There's so many, many, many more across the city who have played such an important part of our history. Amongst us today is an important constituency that plays such a vital role in keeping our community together, in advocating for our community, in drawing attention to some of those issues that are so inconvenient but are important. We have folks who are working on equal rights, gender justice, who are ensuring that our communities get vaccinated, that their housing needs are met, and so on and so more. And I am personally so incredibly proud of this group of leaders who are coming up. It truly gives me hope for the future of our community. We're going to call them up. They're going to just say a quick hello. We really want you to know who they are.
Okay, we're going to start with DOF Kids. Please make your way up to the stage. We have the Caribbean Equality Project. We have the Richmond Hill South Ozone Park Lions Club. Please come up on stage. Trinidad and Tobago Indian Association of USA. Jeannie Persad, and I don't see you behind me. It means we're going to be skipping you. South Queens Women's March. New York Corrections Department, Desi Society. The Indian Diaspora Council, Guyana Tri-State Alliance, and United Madrasi Association. Now, please line up behind me. We're going to go one at a time, 1 minute each. I recognize that we have a community of leaders, and I recognize that a lot of the people who are called up here today only represent a sample of this great variety. I hope that you joining us today show support for a diversity of community leaders. Okay, Patrick is going to go first, and then we're going to go for 1 minute after that, each person.
Well, I want to welcome everyone for coming out. I'm just blown away by we have such a great turnout, even given the rain. Thank all of our dignitaries that are here. I'm just amazed that we're only naming this little Guyana today. I would have thought this happened 10 or 20 years ago. As my family has been in this neighborhood for probably since the 1930s, and watched this community grow and change, and the vibrant community that exists here today is because of the Guyanese community. We've come, invested in the community, developed businesses in this community. The vibrancy is just amazing. To walk on the avenue on a busy day and just see all the people shopping. It's really just a beautiful community, and just so privileged to be here to serve this community. So thank you.
How old is Leo of Cairns?
Leo, about 1900 is when we started.
It's a melting pot, Richmond Hill.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aminta Kilawan-Narayan. I am founder of South Queens Women's March, co-founder of Sadhana, board member of Chaya CDC, and a resident of this neighborhood for about 30 years. I stand on the shoulders of my ancestors and my parents who came to America with a few dollars in their pockets and big dreams in their hearts. To the countless leaders, many who are here today, who paved the way for folks like me to find my humble calling in community service. To the small businesses who took calculated risks to open up many shops on this stretch of Lenape and Canarsie land, and so many more. Little Guyana is a feast for the senses, to see vibrant colors, intersections of faith and culture, people who still proudly practice their traditions in spite of all of the colonial pressures to erase them, to smell the fresh pot bread being baked and the aroma of spices coming together in the air to make a curry paste, to hear the chutney blasting out of an uncle's boombox that he has strapped to the back of his bicycle, to taste the flaky roti that we purchase to accompany the meals our mothers have made because they're juggling jobs on top of childcare with little time to rest, let alone to bailey, to touch the petals on those flowers we've planted in our gardens, evoking the soils that our ancestors toiled, and those faux petals as well adorning the puja storefronts. This is us. We have collectively made an indelible impact on this city. Anywhere you turn, you will find a hard-working Guyanese, someone who makes this neighborhood better than it was before. And so thank you to everyone who's made this possible. This has been called Little Guyana for a long time, but because we have allies, sisters in government, like Councilmember Adrian Adams, today it is official!
Om Shakti! Are you there? You 1, 2, 3. Om Shakti! My dear friends, happy naming of Guyana Avenue. My name is DJ Ramjatan of the United Madrasi Association. My dear friends, we are the ones that clean the streets. We are the ones that turn the roti on the tower. We are the ones that are cleaning people's houses. But we are the ones also that is making a great city today, my dear friends. This day belongs to each and every one of you for your hard work, for your dedication, for your commitment to building a stronger, better community. My dear friends, when you buy houses, when you come to the corner here and you buy roti, everything is going towards building this amazing avenue. And now when people see Guyanese people, they see hard work, they see sacrifice. And now, my dear friends, when they see the Guyana Avenue, they know they are coming home. Happy Guyana Day, my dear friends. Let's give Councilwoman Adrian Adams a round of applause, my dear friends, for her great work. Thank you so much.
Richmond Hill! No, wait a minute. Richmond Hill! My name is Mohammed Kiwamin, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Caribbean Equality Project, a community-based organization that empowers, advocates for, and represents Black and brown, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender non-conforming, and queer Caribbean immigrants in New York City. Today, I am privileged and honored to be in this space with all of you all. As a proud, queer, Indo-Caribbean Muslim immigrant, a native of Guyana, a survivor of indentured ancestry, and a reflection of the diverse composition of the LGBTQ community in New York. 25 years ago, my parents made the same decision thousands of you did. Hoping to give their 4 children a better life, they traveled to America and settled in the concrete jungle. Not having a formal education, like many low-income immigrant families, my parents struggled to navigate New York City. Still, they were determined to keep us safe and ensured we had access to an education as we build a new life in Far Rockaway, Queens. Donna, did I see you? I became the first member of my family to graduate college. Today, my siblings are educators and staffers within the New York City Department of Education and at CUNY Law School. In 2005, I moved to Richmond Hill, a community I would visit as a teenager because it reminded me of Guyana. From exploring the restaurants and shopping for gilbaka at the fish markets, to buying flatbread and pine tarts from the cultural grocery stores and the bakeries. I've always known Richmond Hill as Little Guyana. At the age of 22, with the support of my parents, I became a homeowner in this community. Like many of you today, my parents sacrificed so their children could thrive and actualize this notion of living the American dream. Today, as we celebrate this historic moment for all Guyanese, I want to remind you that queer and trans Caribbean immigrants have always been a part of this intersectional embodied struggles of belonging in Little Guyana. The pavements of Liberty Avenue is drenched with my brother's blood after being viciously attacked in 2013. He's standing right over there. Many of you know him as international dancer Zaman. Many of you have hired him to perform at your weddings and your annual cultural festivities, or have seen Sundari, the Indian goddess, dance down Liberty Avenue in the annual Pakwa Parade. Similarly to all the LGBTQ people who call Richmond Hill home, we have struggled to defend, but we are fearless and we have been advocating for our rights to coexist and thrive among you all. Today, I honor my queer and trans Guyanese family that have braved these streets with their beauty, resilience, and talents. May we never forget the artistic contributions of the late Gora Singh, the writings of the living icon Rajiv Mahabir, the business entrepreneur Victoria Vimala Prasad, and the powerful voice of Pratima Dubey. Today, we have faced colliding pandemics, from racism and colonialism to indentureship and slavery. Collectively, we have survived decades of displacement, class struggles, ancestral trauma, and harm. But we as Guyanese immigrants have used our bodies, our voices, our food, our music, and other interdisciplinary mediums to preserve religious traditions and culture throughout New York City. When I look at this backdrop that you see behind me, I see our diverse contribution to the city's economy, cultural diversity, and growing political power. But since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, our communities have struggled and have lived in fear. Okay, I have one more thing to say. Immigrants have always been essential in New York City. I'm gonna say that again. Immigrants have always been essential in New York City. We must continue to fight, to support, and mobilize healing spaces for our communities to thrive. We must center racial justice, immigrant rights, police reform, and accountability in our organizing as we love and protect our most vulnerable community members. Today, we begin a new chapter in our history as we fight on in solidarity for justice and collective liberation. Thank you, everyone. And go and vote on June 22nd if you're eligible.
Thank you. Being super conscious of the time, we're going to invite only 2 more organizers to come up. I'm so sorry, the Jahaji sisters, represented by Simone Devi Jingur and Uncle Ashok Ramsaran.
Hello, everyone. My name is Simone Devi Jingur, and I'm one of 2 co-directors of Jahaji Sisters, along with my sister here, Shabana Jorwar. And we are so delighted to be sharing in this historic moment with all of you today. Jahaji Sisters was co-founded in 2007 by several powerful Indo-Caribbean women. Shout out to Preetha Singh, Tej Motilal, Auntie Vijaya Kablal, to just name a few. But we were founded because we wanted to address the root causes of gender-based violence in this community. And we work with survivors to heal, recover, and thrive. And today, we are working really, really hard to shift and transform the culture in this community and to move our people to embrace gender justice. And we are doing this through grassroots organizing, leadership development, the arts, and also through healing. So I want to say, I grew up in Little Guyana in the Bronx. And like so many other Bronxites, as a teen, I found myself coming to Richmond Hill, Little Guyana quite often. I came here for dance rehearsals when the Rajkumari Cultural Center was producing their big events. I came here with my family to shop for groceries whenever we would have pujas, and I came to shop for clothing whenever a family member was having a big wedding and celebration. So this community and this neighborhood just holds a special place in my heart. And I remember as a young person asking my parents, why don't we live in Richmond Hill? But you know what? It was great to grow up in the Bronx and the other Little Guyana. After decades of building a rich, thriving Guyanese neighborhood in Richmond Hill, Queens, one of the main roads in the area will be named Little Guyana Avenue. Let's give it, like, we need to just remember that and hold that in our heart. Like, we have a main avenue that's going to be named Little Guyana. And I know for me and for my little daughter, Kyra, that means so much. I can bring her here and she can see that this is part of her heritage. And as we celebrate this historic moment, we also honor our elders who were the first to settle here in the 80s. They set up mandirs and mosques, roti shops, puja stores, and West Indian grocery stores. They worked incredibly hard to preserve our traditions on this new American soil and marked our existence as Indo-Caribbeans with big events like the Pagwa Parade that has put our community on the map. And they started newspapers to deliver news from back home. As we celebrate this historic moment today, we at Jahaji Sisters thank them for their hard work and their contributions. We thank them for paving the way for us, and we humbly carry the torch forward as custodians of our community and our culture. And we want to also remind you all today that on June 22nd, this is our moment to turn out and vote. So make sure you all turn out and vote, because that is the way that we also show our power as a community. Thank you so much.
I'm Ashok Ramsaran, a proud resident of Queens for over 50 years, of New York Presbyterian Hospital Community Advisory Council, Queens Civic Congress, and Indian Diaspora Council. We Guyanese have roots in Africa, India, Portugal, China, UK, and the Americas. We pay homage to those who came before us. And recently we have journeyed to America. Little Guyana Avenue is a significant milestone marking our second journey as Guyanese. We have nurtured strong roots here, established ourselves with remarkable successes. Such is the nature of the Guyanese. Making it better with each journey, seeking opportunities, thriving, excelling in pursuits, peaceful coexistence, and contributing to the better of ourselves, for ourselves and the community. And we take enormous pride in this. Lord. New York has been good to us and for us. We are only limited by our vision. We are Guyanese diaspora in spirit and in deed. It is truly a remarkable moment of jubilation and pride. Example of our Officer Jonathan Narayan, sadly, on May 5th, Ramesh Kalisharan Way, May 25, 2019, Little Guyana Avenue today, Pandit Ramlal Way on the 27th of June. Our thanks to the Mayor for recognizing this milestone, signing the bill, and attending here today. And Councilmember Adrian Adams, a dear friend, and her staff who championed the Little Guyana and Pandit Ramlal Way. We are grateful. Thanks to District Leader Richard David, who filed the application, and as well as my colleagues, Dan Paul Ryan, Aminta Kilawan, Dr. Vishnu Vishram, Rohan Narayan, Lakshmi Singh, Vishnu Mahadev, Mohammed Hassim, and so many others. We owe so much to their commitment and support. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeannie and Rampersaud.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is a proud moment for me. My name is Jeannie Prasad, community activist, wife, mother, veteran, mother of 4 children. For 34 years, I come to Liberty Avenue with my children to feel like I'm back home. And I wanted to just come up and say that this is, for 35 years, we're here to feel like we're back home. Thank you very much. I also want to thank Adrian Adams for making this happen, and Richard David to completing the task that so much of our leaders have been trying to do for so long, and Richard David, our district leader, completed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Rampersaud. I'm the president of the New York City Correction Department Daisy Society. I grew up in Richmond Hill. I moved here in 1975. I went to Virgil Ikerson Junior High School. I used to go to that library right across the street there to do whatever I had to do. But I am proud today to be a Guyanese American, and we have Little Guyana. I was part of also Jonathan Narayan's renaming, because he was a correction officer that passed away. And I thank everyone for coming out, and thank everyone for being part of this. And thank you, Adam. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'd like to invite Mr. Albert Baldeo, who was the first district leader a Guyanese district leader in this community.
Brothers and sisters, good evening, or good afternoon. It's a pleasure here as we stand here today, and I'll give you a little brief history. Perhaps we can use Richard as a benchmark, that there were others who came before us, and others who plowed these fields without any help or support, such as my brother Dr. Philip Baldeo and myself, who know about 80% of the people and have served them with distinction in this community. So I want you to know that we should lift each other up. We should continue to fight the common fight. We should continue to make sure that we are recognized. And we have to ensure that the people that came before and made this Little Guyana reality must be given the due recognition. Brothers and sisters, we don't want to be in the macarams. We have to ensure that we pay tribute to each other, and we make sure we stand together and we grow stronger. Because if you forget the benefits and the struggles and the blood, sweat, and tears of those before you, you will be condemned to repeat the mistakes of the past. That's my first lesson to you. So let us pay tribute to all those who have come here, the unsung heroes of our society, those who have been babysitters in New Jersey and couldn't be here today, those who have driven the buses and cannot be here today, those who cannot afford a suit and a tie to come here today. Let us remember, they are the bastions of industry. They are the basis of this economy. They are the people who made Little Guyana. And never forget that. Never let any one of us forget that. Because if we forget that, we will not go forward. So let us now pay tribute to the person who made this happen. And that includes all of you. A very long time ago, Congressman Weeks Meeks reached out to me, and we had an office in this avenue at 106th Street. And you remember, those from the older school. And Congressman Meeks loved this community so much that he made sure that many of us became citizens, registered to vote, and did vote. So we became a stronger community. And then Adrian Adams came, and with the grace and power that she has, which you must always remember this. Do you know we're on the threshold of history? Do you know we're on the threshold of another great event? And that event is that she's poised to become the first black woman or the first female to be elected the Speaker of the City Council if you vote for her next month. And you must remember that, because so many much we're not informed and we don't have short memories, and like I said, we don't give thanks to those that are due. And I can tell you here, when I went to jail in 2004 years ago, it was because of this community. It was because I ran for office and I didn't want any of us to be elected. We had won a seat in 2006 and they told us we had lost a seat after declaring us a winner. So brothers and sisters, our history is long, and the book that Don Paul has written need a few more chapters. And let's write those chapters together. Let's break this community up. And let me hear it. Let's hear it for the councilwoman, and make sure you vote for it next month. So you can have the first speaker, you'll get more recognition, more power, and more resources. So hip hip, hip hip. I can't hear you. Let's hear some life. Hip hip. Thank you.
Thank you for hanging with us. I just want you to just look around. Look how large this crowd has grown. It is remarkable despite the rain. And I see that the rain is breaking a little bit. So now we have been lauding the efforts of the woman who made this happen, Councilmember Adrian Adams. I want to say that first of all, I truly consider Councilmember Adrian Adams a friend and a sister in the movement. I have the honor, the pleasure of working very closely with her. And I will say that her presence in the City Council has made a big difference to our community in ways in which that we may or may not know. My organization, Chaya Community Development Corporation, has been leading the basement legalization campaign for a decade. And most recently, we were looking for a champion to take the helm of this movement. One conversation with Councilmember Adrian Adams, and it was a yes. And today she is a leading voice on basement legalization, and we are hoping to actually have a pilot program right here in this community, thanks to our partnership. Councilmember Adrian Adams, I am so proud of you, grateful for you, happy to be in this movement with you, and thank you for everything.
Good morning! Good morning! Joyous morning, because this is Little Guyana Avenue A. I am Councilmember Adrian Adams, and I have the distinct honor of representing you right here in District 28, a place that I call the Great 28, and it's because you've made it great. This is our day. We're here for a historic day of celebration. It's been a long, long wait, but we finally made it here and are so proud to officially acknowledge and honor the achievements and contributions of our Guyanese American community right here in District 28, which will affect the entire city of New York. No, it will affect the whole world, because our representation is worldwide. It is not just for District 28, it is for the world to see and celebrate our culture. I am the proud daughter-in-law of Julian Ignatius Adams from Georgetown, Guyana. So I thank the planning committee that put this amazing program together for our street co-naming ceremony, all of the community organizations, local businesses that make us thrive. I thank our colleagues in government for their presence here today and for being a part of this historic celebration. So we are the most diverse community on the planet, and we will celebrate our diversity on this planet, and we will be joyous and celebration about this district on this great planet. I love my district and Queens as a whole, is that we have neighbors who come from all corners of the world, bringing their languages, their culture, tradition, and customs to their brand new home right here in Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill means so much to me that I made it a priority to make an invisible community visible by naming Punjab Avenue, by naming Gurdwara Avenue, by naming Jonathan Nareen Avenue, and today, Little Guyana Avenue. We have families that thrive here in Richmond Hill, families that are proud, families that are successful, and we will continue to celebrate you and make sure that you are never invisible as long as I am your council member. You will never be invisible. You have always had a seat at the table as long as I have been at that table fighting for you. I'm thinking about all the long-time small businesses that have made their home along Liberty Avenue and Lefferts Boulevard and have contributed to the great fabric of this city. I'm talking about the annual celebrations that we look forward to every year, like the Pagwa Parade that our community proudly organizes. I'm also thinking about all of the community groups that serve our residents and small businesses day in and day out to ensure that their needs are met. As difficult as it's been in this worldwide killer pandemic, we still survive, we still thrive, we still make it happen right here in Richmond Hill. So today's street co-naming of Little Guyana Avenue is a real tribute to you. It is a tribute to the community members who have endeavored and made their mark on our community and our great city. Whether it's the incredible volunteerism and service to our community, or breaking barriers in their respective fields and industries, or our Guyanese American community has contributed so much. And this is a token of my appreciation for everything that you have done for this community. So now, brothers and sisters, when we get off of that A train at Liberty and Lefferts, or when we make a trip to one of our beloved small businesses in our corridor, we only need to look up and see the sign, Little Guyana Avenue, and it will be installed as a reminder of the accomplishments and the long legacy of community building that our families have contributed right here. So again, thank you to my colleagues. Thank you to our community organizations. Thank you, Annetta. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Desi Society. Thank you, Muhammad Amin. Thank you, Zaman. Oh gosh, I'm just going to stop right now. Thank you, Dr. Nareen. All of my great friends and family who are here today. Thank you, Guyanese Girls Rock. Thank you, Claudette. Thank you for all that you do. I cannot wait to unveil the brand new sign that boldly says, Little Guyana Avenue. You say it. Little Guyana Avenue. You say it. Little Guyana Avenue. One more time. Little Guyana. Hey!
Okay, so May is Memorial Day. We want to recognize our veterans and all of the people who have made the most incredible sacrifice for the safety of our country and our well-being here. May is also Indian Arrival Day. That's an incredible sacrifice in and of itself. And it's also Guyana's 55th Independence Day. We didn't pick May for no reason. We picked it because of the historical significance of this month. And we are honored to be joined by the Foreign Secretary of Guyana, the Honorable Robert Persad. Will you please come up and give us a few remarks, Minister Persad? And I hear this is May, June rain in Guyana, so it's consistent with the weather there.
Thank you very much, Congress. I think we still have Congressman Meeks here. Oh, how are you? Councilwoman Vivian, community leaders, friends, fellow Guyanese, and also greetings to our brothers and sisters from all the Caribbean communities, as well as persons representing the NYPD and others who want to join us here today in this momentous occasion. I bring you greetings from President Finale and the government of Guyana on this which we consider a very momentous occasion. It's momentous in many regards, and we've heard about the significance of the co-naming of the Little Guyana Avenue. One, from the recognition of the work, the contribution of Guyanese who came decades, but also a recognition of the contribution they are continuing to make in different fields and different areas. Also, it is important, and as we heard moments ago, that this co-naming comes just 3 days after our 55th independence anniversary. And we view this as a very important recognition of our country and of our people. And many of you would be aware that this co-naming too comes at a time when our country is moving in a very positive and a very significant way in bettering the conditions of all of our people. And this type of recognition here symbolizes and reflects what is taking place in our country, where we are moving, where we are advancing in many regards. And I want the people here, community leaders and all, to be proud of this co-naming and to live up to what people expect of Guyana, and to make Guyana and make Guyanese proud, and to make your community, as it were, a better place. I also want to encourage you to, when you pass and you see Little Guyana Avenue, to think about Guyana. Think about what you can do. Think about how you can also participate in what's taking place in our country. And our government, we want to engage our diaspora in a much more significant way. And we see this recognition here as aiding and also as supporting our efforts in not only recognizing, but connecting Guyanese living there with Guyana. So every time you pass and you see that sign, think about Guyana and think of what else you can do for our country. I want to tell you that, you know, there are lots of things taking place in our country. We have a lot of plans to improve the livelihood of our country. But we would not be in a position here today were it not for the significant efforts that you made here in taking our country out of a very difficult period after we had the elections. And Guyanese here were very much in the forefront of advocating and ensuring that we had democracy that was maintained. And Congressman Meeks was one of the champions of that. And I want you to give him a loud round of applause for the role he and his colleagues played in ensuring that democracy was preserved, as well as the role that you played in ensuring that democracy was preserved. Because without democracy, we would not be talking about the future, about the plans we have, about the transformation taking place, and the new economy that we're seeking to build, and also at the same time trying to bring our people together. So brothers and sisters, I'm happy to join you here in this very momentous occasion. Again, we want to urge that you think more about Guyana as you pass and you see this Little Guyana Avenue sign, but also to wave and to keep the golden arrowhead very much high and be proud of your heritage, but also be proud that today that the people, the decision makers, are recognizing you and are recognizing our community. Thank you very much. And again, I wish to thank our Councilwoman for the role she played in ensuring Little Guyana Avenue was named. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prasad. Thank you for that. Now I'd like to invite my colleagues to join me on stage, the Honorable Congressman Gregory Meeks. The Honorable Borough President Donovan Richards. The Honorable Assembly Member Jennifer Rajkumar. The Honorable Assembly Member Khalil Anderson. The Honorable Senator Brian Benjamin. I will also invite our commissioner, our SBS commissioner, Janelle Doris, to join us as well. And before my colleagues bring us a few words, I would definitely like to acknowledge the presence of someone who was instrumental in making sure that Punjab Avenue happened, because he brought the community to me. And that is Mr. Harpreet Singh Tour. Thank you, Harpreet. I saw you somewhere out there. I just wanted to acknowledge you and say hi. Bless you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our Congressman, the Honorable Gregory Meeks.
Let's thank our councilwoman, the reason why we're all here today. And let me just tell a little quick story. She talked about she is the daughter-in-law of one. Well, I am the son-in-law of Simeon Singh from Jonestown. And just by chance, her husband and my wife grew up together. So it just shows the significance of the communities coming together. And I really wanted to be here to say thank you to her and all of my colleagues in government, and how proud I am of them and all of the work they do, but especially to say thank you to each and every one of you. Because by you being here in Richmond Hill, in New York, in the United States of America, what you have done and what your presence means, that the United States of America is a better place because of you. It's a better place because of your tradition. It's a better place because of your history. It's a better place because of your culture. It's a better place because of your contributions to our society. America would not be America today without you and the contributions that you made. Queens would not be Queens. And we brag about Queens and its diversity. We brag about how we come from all over the world. Well, your presence here in Richmond Hill has made Queens a better place. And in some place now, when people get off that train stop on Liberty and Lefferts, they will know where they are. They're in Little Guyana. And we can't stop until every fabric of our society here in Queens and others is represented in a proper way. And that's why I'm so glad of our district leader, Richard David, and all that he's done. And there is one place that we've got to make sure that we further have representation. And that's in our courts. That's in our courts. We've got to make sure that we have judges that look like the people in this community. And so therefore, when I see Andrea Ogle, we've got to make sure that she's elected along with Cassandra Johnson. We got to make sure that that happens on June 22nd. And I leave this by saying, you've got to make sure that our councilwoman send a message, folks, that she belongs to all of us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making America a greater place. Let me bring up, I don't want him to go, so he's walking up. I don't want him to walk up by himself. because he's my little brother, and he's dynamite, and he's been doing it, and he is this councilwoman's partner, was for a long time. Proud of him, our borough president, Donovan Richard.
Thank you. There's little Guyana in the house. There's Guyana in the house. I know y'all are tired of all the speeches, so I'm not going to read my notes. But let me start by thanking our councilwoman and leader, fierce leader of the city council. Give it up for Adrienne Adams. I want you to recognize that this is not a little thing, that this goes through a legal law process, that she passed legislation to ensure that this can happen. So do not take this for granted. Thank you, Adrienne, for your leadership. I also want to acknowledge quickly, and when I came into office, I talked about and ran on the premise that we would make sure that we were not just diverse in name, but that as we appointed and ensured leadership was being put in place, that the Guyanese community would have leadership at Queensborough Hall. And I'm happy to have appointed the first Guyanese, first South Asian Deputy Borough President, Rhonda Binda, who is to my left. So I am not here simply to say that, well, I love you, which I do, but it's very important that in everything we do, that policy, the budget is reflective of the Guyanese community. Let me thank this community for your contributions on behalf of all 2.4 million residents of Queens. Let me thank you for your contributions to the economy, to our culture, to our communities. You are such a vibrant part of why Queens is what it is. Where in the world could you get another Sybil's and get some great roti? Right? Roti. Did I mess that up? I'm sorry. That's my Jamaican side. But let me say this. We have so much great representation across the board from this community. You know, we have a long way to go, though. And we need to make sure, and this is why Congressman Meeks and many spoke about ensuring that it's just not about taxation, but representation. But we have to get out there and vote. We have to continue to galvanize. We have to continue to be part of our civic and nonprofit infrastructure to build this community. Because when you do that, this is how you get Little Guyana Avenue. So I want to thank you once again, Adrienne. I want to say that here in Queens County, we break down walls. We truly believe in our diversity, that there may be those who want to build walls, but we build bridges. We knock them down because we believe that Queens is a special place. So thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing that sign as I get off the A train and I go and get some roti. So God bless you all. Congratulations, Little Guyana Avenue. Thank you. Now, I guess we all are MCing. All right, so we got the congressman. Who am I? Okay. So now, it gives me great honor to bring up our first woman elected to the State Assembly, who is first South Asian. So, I'm sorry, I'm messing up today. It's the ring. And the first Hindu elected to the New York State Assembly, Jennifer Rajkumar.
Namaste, Sitaram. Good morning, everyone. It is an incredible day. It couldn't be a more beautiful day. And I am so proud to be here for Little Guyana Avenue. And I want to say, our councilwoman, Adrienne Adams, made Little Punjab Avenue. Then came Gurdwara Avenue. And now we have Little Guyana Avenue. So I might be the first South Asian woman in the assembly, but she is the first South Asian councilwoman that we've ever had. So thank you so much to her. So my parents came here like a lot of our families, with just a few dollars and a suitcase, settling in Queens, where they made their dreams happen through blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. And as the first South Asian woman elected in the State Assembly, I stand here on the shoulders of giants. And you're all here today. I am your product. And you elevated me. And you made this happen. So this is just the start. We have always known that this was Little Guyana. But now it's official. Now we are recognized. Does it feel good to be recognized? And we're just starting. Who here wants Diwali to be a school holiday? The time has come. We all know the time is here. I've introduced legislation in the State Assembly to make that happen, and we have the support of everyone on this stage. So the sky is the limit. I could not be more proud of our community. And when I look at all of the children here today, I see all of the future leaders that we're bringing up. And when I look at everyone here today, I think of all the giants on whose shoulders I stand. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So God bless Little Guyana. God bless Richmond Hill. God bless the United States of America. Thank you. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone that I love working with every day. He is my colleague in the State Assembly. We are very lucky to share in the neighborhood of Richmond Hill in our districts. He works tirelessly advocating for the most vulnerable and for everyone left out. It is my great pleasure to introduce my colleague, the one and only Assemblyman Khalil Anderson.
That's a warm welcome. Let's give it a round of applause for Jennifer Rajkumar. All right, and I want to, before I start even staying in this moment and recognizing this moment that we have today, I want to thank our visionary councilwoman for bringing us to this moment, Councilwoman Adrienne Adams. No, you guys can do better than that. Can we give her a big round of applause? Act like you guys are not excited. Come on now. Now, I want to thank the councilwoman, but I also want to acknowledge that Assembly District 31, which I represent, is home to 16,000 Guyanese Americans. 16,000. And today is more than just a street co-naming. This is our opportunity to expand the welcome mat for our Guyanese neighbors. We're here to welcome you, to let you know that you belong here, that you're welcome here, and you have a right to live here. New York City is home to 3 million immigrants, half of which live in the borough of Queens. And our beautiful borough of Queens, as the borough president said, is something that we must treasure. And today's street co-naming is an example of us recognizing the beautiful diversity of this borough. When our Guyanese neighbors say come and they get on the train, they come here to New York, we want to make sure that they're welcome, that they have a space that we can call home. And that's here in Little Guyana. When they come, they bring folks who have rich culture, students, small business owners, and hard working class citizens who live and call Richmond Hill, South Ozone Park home. And the beautiful colors of the Guyanese flag are symbolic. The red for zeal and dynamism, the gold for mineral wealth, the green for agriculture and forests, the black for endurance, and the white for rivers and water. We celebrate Guyana today, and we celebrate Guyana every day. And I, again, want to thank our visionary councilwoman for bringing us to this moment today. Let's also take this as an opportunity to patronize the businesses along Liberty Avenue so that we can keep Little Guyana alive, breathing, and healthy. I want to thank you all for being here today, and let's celebrate Guyana all day and every day. Now, I'm going to invite up my state Senate colleague, Senator Brian Benjamin, who we gave his passport today all the way from the great part of Harlem, and allow him to come speak and share in this moment with us. Senator Benjamin.
Thank you so much, Assembly Member. Let me do a quick shout out to
Councilmember Adrian Adams for her leadership continuously across this city. But what you're doing today with Little Guyana Avenue, you know, someone asked me, why in the world did you come all the way from Harlem to Richmond Hill in the rain? And the reason why is because my mother is Guyanese. West Bank Demerara is in the house. And so, let me take this off. West Bank Demerara is in the house. So anyone from the West Bank, please know the Benjamin clan loves you. Amen? But I wanted to also give a shout out to District Leader Richard David, because many people don't understand that the district leader role is for exactly things like this, where you fight for your community and you make things like this happen. So I want to give you a big shout out for being a great district leader. Let me just say very briefly, you know, when I think about being Guyanese, I think about the fact that my mother came into this country because she couldn't get opportunities back home. And she wanted to live out her dreams. And what I love about Little Guyana Avenue right here in Richmond Hill is that everyone could be a part of it. The Guyanese diaspora is so wide and big. I heard so many great comments and everyone's here and so proud. It's because it represents all of us. We are all a part of this. And when I come back, and I want to be invited back, Councilmember Adams, when I come back, I will patronize every business on this block because we need Little Guyana Avenue to thrive. That's where our culture is. Identity matters. And I want to also shout out now Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first sorority sister of Adrian Adams, but also the first woman of South Asian and Jamaican descent. Because that's the diaspora. We're a broader Caribbean diaspora, and we're all in this together. And let me just do a quick shameless plug, because June 22nd is around the corner. And, you know, I am running for city comptroller, and I would be the first person of Guyanese descent in a citywide office. I'm not, you know, I'm just saying that real quick. Don't remember that, I'm just saying it. But this is a great leadership team you have here. I want to thank Congressman Meeks, Borough President Donovan Richards. They are doing an amazing job for the borough. My parents live here, and I'm so proud to be also a son of Southeast Queens. Thank you very much. And now I give the mic to Adrian Adams.
So I want to thank my colleagues again for being here today. I just wanted everyone to know that we are going to bring up, but before we do that, I want you to know that, oh, I think the rain let up a little bit. Look at that. Woohoo, it's Little Guyana Day. Little Guyana Avenue, this is beautiful. We just want you to know that I personally invited Mayor Bill de Blasio to join in this celebration today. We are anxiously awaiting his arrival, because when I told him that we were doing this, he said that he wouldn't miss it for the world. So he will be there with us to pull that sign, but we want to make sure that he also is able to bring a few words to you as well. So with that, I'm going to give it back over to District Leader Richard David. I believe we've got a performance, and then the mayor should be walking up afterwards. Thank you again. Thank you, Richmond Hill.
How we doing? Richmond Hill, are you with me? Okay, I want to thank Eric Ulrich, Community Board 10 Chairperson Betty Bryan, Karen Peterson, the District Manager, all of our Community Board members who are here, Commissioner Raj Rampersaud, and we have a special performance. Okay, we have the District Attorney's Office here as well, and we, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we know Richmond Hill's Little Guyana is because this man made an official decades ago. My brother is all the way here from Connecticut, and he got to catch a flight. Terry Godroj, make your way up to the stage and let the people know what Richmond Hill is about.
Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate it. Come on, give Richard a big round of applause for me, ladies and gentlemen. All the officials that are here today. Now, question, anybody from Guyana? If you're from Guyana, I want to see one finger in the air. Run track number 3, track number 3. One finger in the air. You know what this means, right? One people, one nation, one destiny. Come on, everybody. You honorary Guyanese. You don't matter if you're from Trinidad, anyway, from the Caribbean. Mr. Chap, I want to see one finger in the air. Yes, yes. Let me see. Come on. One people, one nation, one destiny. Everybody. One people, one nation, one destiny. Well, me come from Guyana and I love my country. One people, one nation, one destiny. Me come from Guyana and I love my country. One people, one nation, one destiny. And this is how we do it. Right? Hear this. We are drink sweet drink, we not drink soda. We are drink like watch and coconut water. Somebody say yeah, yeah. We are drink sweet drink, we not drink like rock. We are drink soda and that's the water. Anybody love roti? Say I love roti. Say I love roti. I love roti. Oh Lord, I love it. So we use the bell now, we use the chowkey, we use the iron pot on a big karahi. Anybody know what is a karahi? Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. We use the bell now, we use the chowkey, we use the iron pot on a big karahi. When toasting the bread, we don't say tawa. What say? Tawa. Somebody say tawa. Wheel it down. Let me jump to the next track now. Number 1. Well, we know Richmond Hill and Little Guyana, right? Is it? Richmond Hill and Little what? Me say Guyana, you say nah. Guyana. All right, so we get a DJ. Track number 1. Let me go down the line. Number 1. Panani rhythm. Let me go. All right, so in the meantime, let me tell you something about Guyana. Me come from the country they call. You gotta sing louder than that. Me come from the country they call land of the bauxite, the rice and sugar. Come on, all right. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody on stage. Anybody recognize him? Make some noise in the man right now. Yeah, come on. I want to see your hands in the air. I want to see some flags in the air. Come on, wave your Guyanese flags. Let me see. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. 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 Richmond Hill is a place where the Guyanese are waste. Young yellow walk and them a shake up their waist. Pick up them chest, cause they know them are the best. Big first place in a beauty contest. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. Sing it! Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. One day, me been down to Richmond Hill. Me and Richard, we went to chill. Wanted to feel free in Guyana, so we went down there, check out them daughter. When me bust the corner, me hear this song. And this is how the song goes. Put your right hand in the air, we're gonna do it for real Guyanese. Hey, okay, ke baad banara sawala, kuli jai pandri talaka kala. Fir jo aise kare saman siji, karte sab ki jaan. Wo chora ganga kinare wala, chora ganga kinare wala. 2 hands in the air now, come on. Screw the light bulb. Screw the light bulb. Come on. And the plane flying, I want to see you. Wave it, wave it, wave it. Anybody from Guyana? Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Terry Gladras, the Guyana Babu. That's been my time. Give it up for all the beautiful people out here on stage. Somebody scream!
We get a little carried away. All right. We've almost come to the moment that we've all been waiting for. But first, I'm going to bring up our commissioner, our SBS commissioner, Mr. Janelle Doris, who will introduce Mayor Bill de Blasio. Oh, Of course, everybody's Guyanese today.
Yes, Isa Guyanese. Is Lyndon in the house? All right, born in Georgetown, grew up in Lyndon, and standing before you 32 years in this country, and now Commissioner of the New York City Department of Small Business Services. I'm so excited and delighted to have that opportunity, walking up and down these blocks during the pandemic, serving our community. 7 years as a minister, also living in Richmond Hill, also for many years here. I'm so excited about this day. I wanted to say I can jump out of this clothes here and just have a real party, right? Like how we always do. But to our council member, Adrian Adams, and to all the elected officials, our congressmen, and everyone who's been supporting small businesses, I just wanted to take a moment. Our borough president, our elected officials who funded all the things that we had here to support the small business in this community. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Would you give it up for our elected officials and what they were able to do during the pandemic to bring resources to this community, and we're so grateful. And now, it is my honor and privilege to bring up the mayor of this great city, the one who took this Guyanese and made him senior advisor and director of the mayor's office of FWBE, the first ever in the city of New York. Come on, give it up for the mayor. And then appointed me in the middle of a pandemic, thank you, sir, the commissioner of the Department of Small Business Services, and who also has other Guyanese of heritage in his administration, like Melanie Hartzog, our deputy mayor for Health and Human Services, and so many more. He believes in diversity. He's the reason why we're also here today, and we're so excited. Mr. Bill de Blasio, would you welcome our mayor, everybody?
I thought I'd just throw on a little mask today, you know, something high fashion. What do you think? What do you think? You like that? Everybody, it is a joy to be with you. This reminds me, who was with us at Gracie Mansion when we celebrated the Guyanese community? Wasn't that beautiful? This reminds me of the joy that night we felt. A community so worthy of respect, of appreciation in the city, finally being seen, finally being understood, finally being acknowledged, finally being celebrated. This is your day. You have earned this day for all you've done for this city and for this nation. It's true, Jonel Doris, someone everyone in this community should be proud of. Everything he's doing for our small businesses. In the middle of a pandemic, it's absolutely outstanding. He's saving neighborhood businesses, family businesses. And it's true, I asked him to take on a very big job at a very tough time. But you know, I have a saying at City Hall. I say, if you want to get the job done, hire a Guyanese. Hey! Say that a lot. So, he's right. Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services, Melanie Hartzog as well. So, Guyanese community is contributing to the leadership of New York City in a very big way. Let's thank our commissioner for all he's doing. All of the elected officials, community leaders, I know so many people here, I appreciate you. I appreciate all you have done for this community, for this city. I want to call out two very specifically, and one of them has a lot to say about the United States relationship with Guyana and all we need to do for each other, because he is the chairman of the International Relations Committee of the House of Representatives. That's your congressman. He works on the world stage, the global stage. Thank you, Greg Meeks, for all you do. And then the woman who called me and said, whatever you think you're doing today, you're going to be here. And I said, thank you, Chair Adrian Adams. Yes, I will be wherever you tell me to be. Learn that that's a good habit. So I want to thank you, a crucial partner in so much work we have done, particularly in police reform and in making communities safe, I want to thank Councilmember Adrienne Adams for all she does. Now, I am not just mayor of New York City. I don't know if you knew this. I am not just mayor of New York City. I am mayor of the largest Guyanese community outside of Guyana. And I'm proud of that because this community has done so much. But I've heard from community members too often feeling unseen and forgotten in the context of this great metropolis. But I want to say, I see you, I respect you, I appreciate you. And I want to make sure that today is one of many things we do to fully acknowledge the strength and importance of this community. Guyana not only has done so much for New York City, but represents such possibility, people of different backgrounds, ethnicities, faiths coming together as one. That is what New York City stands for as well. That is what we every day try to show the world can be possible. So we celebrate something powerful here. And we've all been through a lot. We've all been through a lot. But everyone, I want to tell you thank you. You stood strong. Pandemic hit, so many challenges, so many crises, but you stood strong. You stood strong through it all. You showed the world the power of New York City because we're made up of everyone. That is our greatness. So I thank you for everything you do for New York City. I thank you for bringing the culture, the joy, the music, yes, the roti, the curries, the pepper pots, yes. Whenever I go off of the Van Wyck, I look up and I see Sybil's like a beacon. But we celebrate not just food, the cuisine, the culture, we celebrate the strength of the people. So, we now have a mission together. I'll conclude with this. We have to create a recovery. A recovery for all of us. Not just those who are already doing well, but a recovery for all of us.
For education.
And there is no stopping us. There's no stopping New York City. There's no stopping the Guyanese community. There's no stopping Queens. There's no stopping Richmond Hill. There's no stopping the entire community. We will come together in a recovery for all of us. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor de Blasio. Your presence made a big difference to a day that we have been long waiting for. So really want to thank you for seeing us and for making time to join us here for this momentous occasion. Thank you, thank you. And I have to say, I have had the pleasure of serving twice as a commissioner for Mayor de Blasio. And I will say that as a Guyanese, I feel he has made his office accessible to our community. There are so many of us who work closely with the mayor of Guyanese descent, and it's just really wonderful. So, the moment we've all been waiting for, we are going to, the Tassa Band will lead us down the street for the unveiling, and you will see the official Little Guyana Way for the first time. And then we want to invite you back here because we have some performers as well as a raffle. So please make your way back here. A little more rain shouldn't stop you. Okay. All right. That's it. All right. Let's march.
If you was, my thing was.
I thought you didn't recognize it.
Yeah.
The Guyanese American community. There are so many people that are gathered here. All of us equally important. We're honored to be joined by Albert Baldeo. Who made this happen, Adrian Adams.
You good? Good.
Our Deputy Borough President, my sister, Rhonda Binda. This is a historic intersection and a historic corner in a part of New York City that can always welcome more attention. We're hoping that with today's renaming, it's a mark of a rebirth. The resilience of our people.
Yes.
The rebirth of our neighborhood from COVID-19.
Yes.
I encourage you to come out and shop on Richmond Hill. I encourage you to come out here and support our small businesses who have been here before this virus and are going to be here. Please support our neighborhood. Keep it
Clean, yes.
Get vaccinated if you have not. The vaccination rate in 11419 where we are is only 41%. We got to get that number up.
Yes.
Please join us in keeping this neighborhood clean, safe, and vibrant as ever. Can we get a round of applause for the mayor? Our assembly members, our borough president, but most importantly, our small businesses, our activists, our community leaders, our artists and our performers, and our media people who are here with us today. Thank you so much.
I want to say one thing. Being a member of an organization that helps foreigners make a better life. 35 years ago, the first time I met the Guyanese population, I'm still supporting them from behind the scenes. But today is a special day of Little Guyana Avenue, but we have a special person in the house that not only that he's a Guyanese, his son, Officer Holder, gave his life for this country, and we have to recognize the father that actually I had the privilege to go and to not meet him up to this moment. You know, recognition is one thing, but not being recognized. And I want to recognize this man, and I actually went to Guyana in memory of my cousin that lost his life in 9/11. He was one of the 37th Port Authority, Donald Foreman. And I took the flight to Guyana to meet his family. I walked beside the casket just to show my gratitude to my uncle, my cousin, for giving his life for 9/11 and all the Guyanese that lost their life in Guyana. And now tonight, today is the best day that you can offer a program. Congressman, Senator, Mr. Lee, 35 years, but I dedicated my time to all you guys. Thank you.
Our Tasa band is going to lead us back to the parking lot where we're having a little concert. Please join us at the corner where we're going to be taking pictures with all of our elected officials. Our Tasa band is going to lead us back.
He heard of my name back in Guyana.
But darling,
hope you guys are having fun. It's a great day for Guyanese today. As we all know that so many Guyanese came to this country and work hard. We're heading back to the original place where we'll get some music and some performance. So stay tuned. Don't go yet.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you out here who joined us this afternoon, Tropical Isle would like to invite you inside to have doubles and a drink at the side door to my right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you joining us out here this evening and this afternoon, please join us. Complimentary of Tropical Isle. Complimentary. I mean, that's very, very free, so it's free. Please help yourself over for a drink and a double this afternoon. Yeah.
I'm heading back so that you guys could get a good view of some of their performance. It's a little chilly outside, but it's a good day for Guyana and for Guyanese here in the United States. I don't see Dheeraj here today. How you doing?
How's it going?
You good?
You able to get something? Something?
Yeah, I got something.
Thank you.
So guys, we're just going to do beautiful face, profile shots of different folks in the community. So if you guys want to jump in here, we would love to have your face in the video. So wait until these girls finish and then one at a time. One at a time. Okay, well, as long as they can get back.
You're good, right? You got your, you're good? You got your phone?
Body was nice though, eh? It's good, eh? Yeah, yeah. Jeffrey said to tell you I love you. Sorry. Jeffrey Ryan. He said tell him I love him. Wait. You can tell him. Look at your boy here, Ryan. He is all decked out for today.
I love you too, man. Always love you.
You watching? It's a little chilly outside today, but you know what? It's a special day. I could barely talk, but what a nice day though. It's kind of rainy here in New York. Hi Roxanne, how you guys doing? Ryan Jeffrey watching, thank you very much. Jane Persad, good Princess Anita Balkissoon, thanks for watching. Let's see, Rampersaud, good to have you on. Kevin, good to have you on. Zareen, good to have you on. I'm trying to get one to interview for you guys, but there's so many nice here. Senti Siwa Sankar, good to have you on. Judy Prasad, good to have you on. And Anita Bihari, good to have you on the live. Iqbal Sharif, good to have you on. Special Guy, good to have you. Great day for Guyanese. Absolutely. To have the mayor present, it's a good thing here. Jean Prasad, good to have you on. Thank you guys. Roxanne, good to have you on in Florida. Let's see who we have again. Kevin Prasad, I see you on earlier. Thank you very much for watching. Zareen, thanks for watching. Let's see what we have. Minnie Kandu, good evening, good afternoon. Jen Prasad Autar, good evening. I could do with a nice cup of coffee or a nice cup of tea here now, you know, since it's kind of chilly here today. And look at the time when the weather is bad. The past week was very good. Today is no good. But nevertheless, a great day for Guyana. As we all know that, you know, Guyanese came from Guyana, work very hard here in the United States. And I have a story to tell too. We have so many good stories here. So many Guyanese built this country, especially here in New York. So they are going to play some songs now, and I'm going to be quiet, right? Dave, good to see you on.
Let's go back on ITV. This is what I'm doing here. I'm going to be on ITV next week. Yeah. It's the locals in India.
I was on ITV last week Sunday. Me.
This means next Saturday from 12 to 1. Yeah, what's that stuff?
It's okay, Anita. That's fine. Hi, Judy Prasad. Run some tune.
I can't give Terry though because he's the action. I feel helpful. I feel like I have a role in my community, and I feel like we've made history. And I'm so glad that people are making their way back to the parking lot, and we have some goodies and some giveaways, and I heard that the mayor's not going anywhere, so we can take pictures with him in the parking lot. When I think about Richmond Hill, I think about all of the families who figure it out when they come here. I think about all the families who have to stand up for their kids and navigate the school system without much support. I think about Saturday and Sunday nights at Singh's Roti Shop. And I also think about how we are including our Trinidadian and Tobagonian brothers and sisters in the next movement. because we have hundreds of streets in Richmond Hill. And we can name all of them the things that we choose to, as long as we're being inclusive and as long as we're showing respect to everyone who is in this diverse neighborhood. I'm just fine. But we're trying to get the crowd back in. Earlier we didn't get to include some speakers, and I would really like to include them if we can, and performers. Did we give out raffle tickets? Does anyone have raffle tickets? No raffle tickets.
You don't know what you have until it's gone. You don't know what you have until it's gone. No, you're up and gone away, baby. Didn't wanna stay, baby. I wasn't the play, baby. I just want you here, baby. Where you really want me to do. Sugar mama, I don't think it's true. Can you been tell me that you never gonna leave? Can you been tell me that you never gonna leave? Can you been tell me that you never gonna leave? Can you been tell me that you never gonna leave? The lies that they filling you inside, girl, don't believe. They will try everything to make we unhappy. When you listen to the lies that they filling you inside, girl, don't believe. They will try everything to make we unhappy. Oh, jealous people worry, only end up in fight. Girl, they wanna fool you, saying I ain't doing you right. Got up on me, girl, you know the truth. You been telling me that you never gonna leave. Girl, you been telling me that you never gonna leave. Girl, you been telling me that you never gonna leave. Girl, you been telling me that you never gonna leave.
So what you think about all of this today? Right. Right. Yes, yes. Son, what you think about today? Yes.
This is something that we work for a very, very long time. They came through it. I'm very, very happy to be here to support this event. This one event, there's many, many people that have been supporting Grieving. And as you know, I've been supporting Guyanese for many, many years, over 40 years.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Today is a beautiful day for Guyana. As you know, that a lot of Guyanese came here and we work hard. We have doctors, lawyers, nurses, politicians. But yes, we contributed towards this country and especially to Richmond Hill. So it's a great day for us all.
All right, thank you.
Oh no, this not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
No,
Okay.
this not gonna work.
What can charge you that?
The iPhone. This can charge anything.
Okay, thank you everybody for coming back. We've got a couple performances to close out this amazing day.
I'm gonna use my camera.
It's
I'm
my
gonna use the phone. This is
it's my true honor to introduce Chitra Singh. Chitra is somebody many of you know. Chitra and her sister Prita and Radha were the founders of along with their brothers, were the founders of the Rajkumari Cultural Center, one of the first, most important cultural institutions in this community, and that truly laid the foundation for many of us who have followed. And of course, you may know the great legacy of her family, Rajkumari Singh, her mother Rajkumari Singh. So Chitra is a talented musician in our community, a dear friend of mine, and she's going to take us back home to Guyana with her beautiful lyrics. Chitra.
Hold on. Wait. Is she singing and playing or just singing?
Morning, afternoon. I'm just going to do a few. I know we're kind of pressed for time, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm kind. You're hearing the guitar? You can hear the guitar?
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, it's all right.
I can't feel my fingers because they're frozen. Soft breeze.
Miss Binda. Good. Let me do a little interview with you.
Okay.
Let me let you talk to this guy a minute.
You know
okay.
Do you know Claudette?
Yes.
Hi.
Wait, let me sit.
We're guests here.
Yes. Let me set up here and we do a little. This is okay. Okay. Yes. So you want to come on, Kiara? Tell me what you think. Huh? You're not ready? Clyde, you want tell me something what you think about today. Come, Clyde.
You want me to go? Because I gotta run.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Janelle. Good to see you.
We'll talk, okay?
So tell me something. What you think about today of the renaming of this Richmond Hill?
This is a fantastic day. As a Guyanese American, I've been here over 30-something years. Coming in here with my family. Now the commissioner of the New York City Small Business. I'm gonna tell you, it was a great day. All the small businesses on this corridor, they need us. They need us to support them in order to survive. They bring our culture. They bring the uniqueness of who Guyanese are today. So today is a big deal, and I'm very excited that it happened.
And I'm so proud of you two being a Guyanese to be sitting in such a high seat in the mayor's office.
I'm very grateful to do that, right? To represent the strength of our community, to represent who we are, hard workers, coming here with next to nothing and building and working, and through that hard work, we're able to accomplish so many things. But let me tell you, it's about the community today. It's about how amazing this is to feel to come here. You know, we are always every week on the Liberty, shopping for food, looking for culture, looking for our people. We support them. Thank you all. Thanks everybody for all you had. Adrian Adams, thank you. The mayor was here. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, right? We're gonna catch up, right?
Yeah, man.
I got my show, so you'll get it going.
I would love to. Yes.
You shot, you ready now? Come, let's go. So this is Claudette. She is the head of Guyanese Rock. And I got to tell you guys something, that I love her organization for what it stands for. So Claudette, what do you think about today? Yes. Right. Yes, beautiful. Thank you for all you do. All right, thank you. Yes. Thank you again, right? I want to get Adrian.
Oh, let me fly.
Hey, yeah, I'm coming. I got some interviews coming up. Just stay put. Come here. So I could talk to you for a minute. If you. Yes. So let me ask you a quick question, just in a few words. What do you think about today?
That lift the fabric of this community, including the mothers who work so hard, the mothers and fathers who work so hard to come here raise up this community, make it what it is, unify this community. The fabric of this community is Indo-Caribbean, the fabric of this community is Guyana, and it's just very beautiful. It's a sense of validation for our people today to be able to see a symbol that is forever going to be every
right. Yes, wow. Well, thank you so much, right? Thank you very much. Thanks for all you do, okay? I have a life, so I want people to, you know. Hey, Saman, how are you? You good? All right.
Fly a little bit. Come on, fly far a bit. There we go.
Let's give some appreciating him and his sacrifice to generation. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
How are you doing? Good, good. You good? So you want to come on camera and say what you think about today? You want to come on camera? You want to say what about today?
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of my friends. She is a talk show host. So let me know what you think about today, about the renaming of Leffords. Yes, I'm trying to get her to go. Yeah, but thanks for coming. You know. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Tell her. So I want to say thank you very much for all that you're doing for our Guyanese people. It is so touching that we have been recognized in the United States. What went through your mind doing this for us?
I think about my father-in-law, Julian Adams. He was deceased.
Sorry to hear.
I think about his heritage coming from Georgetown.
Yes.
I think about the stories that he shared with me. I think about the food that he cooks for me.
Wow.
And I think about the legacy that he left behind and my wonderful husband, our children and our grandchildren. And it is a place that I have come to love, respect, admire, and now have the pleasure of serving in this great community.
You know what I admire about you? The drive that you have. You know, every time I see you in our community, you always have that drive. What gives you the drive to do it?
You know, I'm a spiritual person.
Yes.
And it is God that leads me. It is God that I am devoted to, and it is God that orders my steps to be a servant for Him and for His people.
Love that. That's beautiful. I hope that you can come on my show one day too. I'm gonna keep in touch.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, good.
To my communications director, and we'll see you tonight.
Thank you. Let me get to yes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right, you're welcome. Yes, so I'll get in touch. I know a lot of people who know you, so I will get in touch with you. Yes, but I could give you my name too.
Yeah, you don't have to give me your name and email.
It's this is the Ken Rampersaud Show. Every week I have a show on Island Zone Radio. So I talk about a lot of different things, and I like to talk to people about uplifting people too. You know, I talk about diabetes, hypertension in the community. So anything that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So get your name and then your station and then your email, and then we'll get in touch.
Sure. And the truth of the matter is, anytime you want to come, I will accommodate you. Anytime you got time and you want to come, let me know.
Make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. And I'll give you my number. SSAUD. It's 917.
I'll type it out for you. Okay. So your number?
917.
767.
767. 2248.
2248.
Yes.
And you have an email?
It's Hiram Rampersaud.
Rampersaud.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
It's easy to remember.
Yes.
Gmail, and then your outlet or station again?
It's Island Zone Radio.
Islands what?
Island Zone Radio.
Zone
Radio, yes.
We'll get in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hiram.
Thank you, no problem.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you again, right? Yes. Stay tuned, I'm trying to wrap up things here now. You good? Everything all right? I see you walking around. I see Lakshmi here. I'm going to try to talk to her. Just stay with me. 1 second.
I wonder how are you?
So you got the nice. So tell me what you think about today. I can put you on big. Thank you, buddy.
want to step down, Paul.
अकेला हूँ इस दुनिया में तो कोई साथी मेरा साया अकेला हूँ इस दुनिया में तो कोई साथी मेरा साया अकेला परवाना और न दीवाना मैं किसी महफिल का सुनी राहें काम की है बाहें राह किसी मंजिल का न तो परवाना और न दीवाना मैं किसी महफिल का सुनी राहें काम की है बाहें किसी मंजिल का मैं खो रहे दिल का है साथी है मेरा साया अकेला हूँ इस दुनिया में कोई साथी है मेरा साया अकेला कैसे ही भी कोई ये मना मौज किसी न पिछले ऐसे कभी प्यारे चीनी के नारे हंसी का खिला निकले वैसे ही देखोगी ये मना मुझे मौज किसी न पिछले चांद सितारों के तले साथी है मेरा साया अकेला हूँ इस दुनिया में कोई साथी है मेरा साया अकेला
Oh my God! How are you?
Thank you guys very much. I do appreciate you.
Okay, thank you, Sansan, and thank you everyone for joining us today. Please take as many pictures as you'd like, and we're really glad that you came out to make history with us and with the Guyanese community today. Thank you so much.
It's time to go. I hope that you guys have fun. Until next time.